The sound of heavy footsteps reverberated like a drum. They were the tyrants of the Paramo, two Carnotaurus brothers, formidable hunters and guardians of their territory. Every swing of their tails, every crack of their feet, seemed to echo across the forest. The air was charged with tension. Though they walked together, each knew he had to prove his strength. Their roars tore through the morning calm, announcing to all the forest dwellers that the hunt was about to begin. It didn't take long before the brothers halted. Their eyes locked, and the tension between them grew palpable. The brotherhood that united them wavered under the need to determine who would be the absolute alpha. They lunged at each other. Headbutts, shoves, and violent charges lifted clouds of dust and leaves. Roars thundered among the trees, and even the largest dinosaurs seemed to stop and watch. After several minutes of struggle, one brother yielded, lowering his head in respect, while the other roared victorious, claiming his position. But the violence did not end there. What seemed like a fight turned into play, a brutal training. They ran among fallen trunks and hanging vines, fighting, pushing, and ramming. Every action strengthened their muscles, sharpened their reflexes, and refined their hunting strategies. Even in brutality, there was learning. Even in competition, they remained brothers. The morning sun lit the Paramo's summit, filtering through the mist clinging to the giant trees. From their elevated vantage point, the Carnotaurus brothers surveyed the valley below. A land teeming with life, with prey, and with challenges. Their eyes glimmered with curiosity and ambition. Today, they did not come only to hunt. They came to evaluate other predators and measure their own power. With silent but steady steps, they began their descent into the valley. Every muscle taut, every movement calculated, showing their dominance over the land they trod. The vegetation stirred at their passage. Giant ferns and lianas swayed, announcing their arrival. From a distance, the herbivores watched warily, seeking refuge among the trees. As they advanced, their roars echoed through the trunks and hills, marking their presence. But the brothers were not after easy prey. Their true goal was to test themselves against the valley's other hunters. Swift, powerful predators who could challenge their reign. Every shadow in the vegetation, every movement among the trees, was analyzed with precision. The entire valley seemed to hold its breath, aware these giants were not mere visitors, but hunters seeking to reaffirm their dominion. Finally, the brothers moved through the undergrowth, approaching a herd of herbivores. Their steps were calculated, their gaze fixed on the slightest sign of weakness or threat. The valley was a testing ground, and each moment was a lesson. To measure, to prepare, to evolve. The hunt had not yet begun, but the evaluation of power was already underway. As the sun rose, illuminating every hill and pond, the Carnotaurus brothers pressed forward, confident, observant, hunters in search of challenge. Today was not only about prey, it was about knowing their place in the ecosystem, measuring their strength against others, and proving that in the Paramo, the tyrants of the valley were also masters of the game. Night fell upon the Jurassic forest. The moon bathed the vegetation in silver light, turning every tree and fern into mysterious shadows. The Paramo at night was another world, silent, yet filled with dangers and opportunities. Among the undergrowth moved small scavenger dinosaurs, swift, cunning, with glowing eyes that caught every flicker of movement. Their nimble feet barely touched the ground, but their senses were sharp, sniffing the earth for fresh remains, listening to distant roars, watching every shadow. Some prowled alone, others in small groups, their coordination surprising for such size. Every strike was calculated, every bite had to be precise. The night was their hunt, and they mastered the rules of stealth and patience. Amid fallen trunks, one scavenger found a scrap of abandoned prey. With a swift snap of its jaws and a low growl, it claimed its prize. eyes always watchful for larger predators. Tension was constant. The night could be generous or fatal in an instant. Through the vegetation, the Carnotaurus brothers returned from their patrol. Their massive silhouettes were outlined against the moon. Their presence alone forced even the boldest scavengers to retreat, acknowledging the supremacy of the tyrants of the Paramo. From the brush, one brother advanced silently. His heart pounded, every muscle fiber tense. Step by step, he crept closer, using the cover of giant ferns and fallen logs. Every breath, every contraction, was dedicated to a single purpose: the hunt. The tension was palpable. The prey lifted its head, sniffed the air, but did not detect the predator lurking in silence. A small ornithopod approached the water's edge to drink. With a roar that shattered the lake's calm, the Carnotaurus struck. His legs crashed into the water, splashing waves across the shore. The prey tried to flee by swimming, but the predator's power was unstoppable. Jaws like blades snapped shut with precision, lifting a spray of water and mud across the banks. Silence fell over the lake. The tyrant emerged, triumphant, breathing heavily, shaking water from his massive frame. The hunt was swift, fierce, and decisive. In this world, even the smallest mistake meant the difference between life and death, and the tyrant of the Paramo knew it well. A new day dawned in the Jurassic Valley. Morning mist rose among the trees, the air still cool from the night. The tyrant advanced silently, his firm steps marking the damp earth. Suddenly, he stopped. Before him, two colossal brachiosaurus towered above the canopy. Their long necks stretched high into the treetops, devouring the highest leaves with majestic calm. The Carnotaurus watched, motionless, calculating. His eyes studied every movement, every slow breath of the giants. He did not attack. He did not rush. He simply observed, as if already mapping the challenge in his mind. The tension grew. A low roar escaped his throat, an omen of what might come. And then, silence, leaving behind a single question: will the tyrant of the Paramo dare to challenge the giants?